Ranking Premier League clubs' transfer windows, from worst to best. Premier League clubs spent over £3 billion this summer on new signings, once again proving that the English top flight is the richest and most powerful league in world football. With the transfer window now closed, here's a full ranking of each club's performance in the market. 20. Fulham. Manager Marco Silva didn't hide his frustration, insisting the business done was far below expectations. The club only managed to sign backup goalkeeper Benjamin Lecomte before deadline day, later adding Kevin and Samuel Chukwueze almost as an afterthought, while missing out on Tyreek George at the very last moment. 19. Brentford. A brutal summer saw Thomas Frank leave for Tottenham, while star men Mbeumo, Wissa, captain Nørgaard, and keeper Flecken all departed. The arrivals of Jordan Henderson, Dango Ouattara, and Reece Nelson provide some experience. But the squad looks significantly weaker. 18. Burnley. Plenty of activity after promotion from the Championship, but the loss of goalkeeper James Trafford was a blow. Veterans Kyle Walker and Martin Dubravka bring know-how, while moves for Ugachukwu and Armando Broja look like risky gambles. 17. Wolverhampton Wanderers. They did manage to keep top scorer Jørgen Strand Larsen, despite Newcastle's interest, but the rest of the window failed to excite fans. Tolu Arokadare joined for the attack, while Ferran Lopez was added out wide. A modest window overall. 16. Newcastle United. Newcastle held on to Alexander Isak for most of the summer, but eventually accepted Liverpool's record-breaking bid, leaving a huge hole in the squad. New signings like Wissa, Voltamade, Alonga, and Jacob Ramsey tried to fill the void, but losing Isak is a hammer blow. 15. Crystal Palace. Selling Eberechi Eze to Arsenal was devastating. Despite keeping Mark Gahey and signing Yeremy Pino and Borna Sosa, the team feels weaker than last season. 14. Bournemouth. Key exits like Zabarnyi, Kepa, and Kirkez will put Andoni Iraola under pressure. New signings including Gimenez, De Ketelaere, and Adli could be hits, but there's clear risk involved. 13. West Ham United. Graham Potter needed midfield reinforcements, and in came Mateus Fernandes and Magasa. Wilson and Walker-Peters arrived on frees, while Igor Julio added depth. However, losing Mohamed Kudus leaves a big hole in attack. 12. Leeds United. Plenty of business done with Sean Longstaff, goalkeeper Lucas Perry from Lyon, and Gabriel Goodmanson all coming in. But failure to land striker Rodrigo Muniz from Fulham left them short up front. 11. Aston Villa. Villa continued shopping at Manchester United, signing Lindelof and Sancho, while also snapping up Harvey Elliott in a statement deal. With striker Guy Sand added too, the window looked strong, even if keeper Emiliano Martinez stayed reluctantly. 10. Brighton. As usual, Brighton sold key players such as João Pedro and Estupiñán, but managed to keep Baleba. Young prospects like Watson and Costalis came in, along with experienced defender Boscali. Another clever, long-term window from the Seagulls. 9. Everton. Right-back remained a glaring weakness, but the loan signing of Jack Grealish was an instant boost. Investing £35 million in young star Tyler Didling could pay off in the long term, while Kiernan Dewsbury Hall made a strong start. 8. Tottenham Hotspur. Frustrations early on with failed moves for Eze and Gibbs-White, but Daniel Levy saved the day. Kudus and Xavi Simons arrived, while Randall Kolo Muani joined on loan. A roller coaster window, as always with Spurs. 7. Manchester City. A complete overhaul under Pep Guardiola. De Bruyne, Grealish, Walker, and Ederson all out. Donnarumma, Trafford, Reinders, Cherki, and Ayat Nouri all in. A bold new project begins at the Etihad. 6. Sunderland. One of the shock stories of the summer, the return of Granit Xhaka, plus talented youngster Habib Diarra. For a promoted side, the squad looks well-balanced, though AFCON absences could prove costly. 5. Manchester United. Over £200 million spent on firepower, bringing in Mbeumo, Sesko, and Cunha. Keeper Senne Lammens solved a major problem, but selling Antony and Garnacho was a big risk. Still, the squad now looks more balanced. 4. Nottingham Forest. The highlight was extending Morgan Gibbs-White's contract despite Tottenham's interest. They also added promising youngsters like McAtee and Hutchinson, and pulled off a late coup with Zinchenko, a near-perfect window. 3. Arsenal. Arsenal addressed every weakness: striker, Gyökeres, midfield anchor, Zubimendi, playmaker, Eze, and defensive reinforcements, Hincapie, Mosquera. A superbly balanced squad, ready for Arteta to unleash. 2. Chelsea. A fresh attack was built around João Pedro, Jamie Bino-Gittins, and Liam Delap. They also swooped for Garnacho in a shrewd move, while selling João Felix and Madueke brought in good money. A hugely successful window overall. 1. Liverpool. Clear winners of the summer. The record-breaking signing of Alexander Isak, along with Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, and Giovanni Leone, completely transformed the squad. Even missing out on Guehi couldn't spoil it. Arne Slot's new era could not have started better.